we'd like to sincerely thank our Patreon supporters.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's a cool afternoon. I got the kayaks getting set up on the trailer, and my buddy David and I, we're going fishing in Wabasso tomorrow. The people at Q8 Baits were nice enough to give us a whole bunch of scented soft plastic baits to try. We've got a whole bunch that look like little shrimp, the little curly tails. I know someone else calls that the finger mullet, another company. Little split tails that'll work just like flukes in the water, and small paddle tails, which I like the presence. It's a little bigger, as a lot of the paddle tails are so small. Their presence is so small in the water. Because it's so cold, the scented baits will allow us to work the baits a little slower and give the fish a chance when they're deciding to eat it or not eat it. The fact that it smells good will usually make them hit the bait. So I'm gonna split those up between the Hobie Kayaks. Have tackle storage. Both boats, I've got an Outback and a Pro Angler, and both of them have storage right there where all your soft baits can be and your hooks and all that good stuff. You know, I have a sponsorship with Hobie Kayaks through Nautical Ventures. We've been kind of silent since I moved out to Okeechobee, but I still am. The blue boat in the background is mine, and this is my sponsored kayak, the Pro Angler 14. So I do want to thank Nautical Ventures for putting me in the boat. I think I don't know, 4 or 5 years I've had sponsorship. This year I was supposed to be fishing the Redfish series, the tournaments, and then everything started up and just didn't work out. I fished one tournament and had to stop. But maybe these videos will help out. Maybe I can stay sponsored. That would be wonderful. But all right, guys, I'm gonna see you on the water first thing tomorrow morning. All right, it's a beautiful morning. A little condensation on the screen. David and I just launched. He's back there getting his rig ready. And I am gonna start the morning off with a topwater plug. How can you not? We only have, you know, 30 minutes, an hour of topwater plugs, and then we'll get into the paddle tails and flukes. But let's see what we can do. There you go, guys, a nice speckled trout. There you go, guys, nice little speckled trout. Now we're gonna go for one bigger. Put on their little shrimp bait on a jig head, and I'm gonna go up to these manatee signs and markers and look for a larger triple tail, which would be off these markers, any crab trap buoys and rope and stuff like that. They'll sit there in the current waiting for things to come by. So I'm gonna get quiet and see what I can't do. All right, guys, hopefully they get bigger. That's a little nursery snook right there, but he ate that little shrimp bait. It seems to be the one that I'm getting them on. Just working them slower with that bait. That guy back in the water. We lost the porpoises, so we're safe to read. Oh man, I thought I had something bigger, but it was just a little jack on this shrimp. But we can keep him for our monitors, so not a total waste. And we got him on that little shrimp bait. Awesome. Circling me, begging me for my fish. One, I think there's like 3 or 4 of them right to the outside of me. And every cast I make into this cove up here has gotten a fish or a solid hit. They must have a good ambush point right there. Just bouncing it on the bottom like a little shrimp would. Ooh, that's another jack. I would like to, last cast it felt like I hooked something bigger, which is what I would love to get into. Well, Well, this is a little bit stronger jack than the last one. I know you guys want to see something else besides jack that caught. A trout just hit that jack right at the side of the boat. Let's see if the porpoises don't come in. That's what they do every time I catch a fish. Yeah, he's right next to the kayak. Look, see. 1, 2. They're all around me. Every time I catch a fish, they get closer. They're gonna steal one off the line in a minute. Nice redfish. Nice redfish on the Q8 Superbait. That little shrimp colored one I was using. Good release. On to the next. And another fish on that shrimp. Little speckled trout. Little guy. Get him back in the water. Now I always look and see if the porpoises are around. If they are around, I will pedal into the mangroves and release my fish into the mangroves. Another nice trout on the Q8 baits. Again. You grabbing the mouth? Huh? I just behind the gill. Seems like we found the trout here. Woo! I don't know. Yeah, more sizable trout. Nice one. Another nice trout. Another little snook. A little red. Pretty one, but a little one. All right, we made it back to the dock. And if you guys haven't met David, it's David Straight. He's my good friend, and he's a bass fishing guide on Lake Okeechobee. So we're gonna be doing some stuff with him in the future. I think at the end of the day, I got 2 redfish, I don't know, a couple snook, bunch of ladyfish, jack, and you got 2 redfish also?
2 redfish, a couple snook, yeah, a couple trout.
Pretty good day. We worked hard for the triple tail. They just weren't there. And I think the baits worked great. I think they work a lot better than what would be their competitor's bait, which is a lot softer. I think at one point I was up like 7 or 8 fish on the same bait. You'd never be able to do that with one of the other scented soft baits.
They seem to last a lot longer.
Yeah, and today we really didn't get to try out the other baits. I mean, we tried them out, but they were only eating the very slow moving shrimp baits. I think I only caught 1 fish on a topwater plug. Everything else was pretty much on that shrimp looking bait. But I think that's all for today. I know next week I'll be fishing St. Pete with my buddy Brandon, and we'll try these baits out again and mix them up with some other baits and then really compare them against some other baits. But overall, I'm pretty impressed. That's it for today, guys. Thank you for joining us. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. See you soon.